Hey, Laurel, I'm still in my kitchen making some food, so
Oh, okay.
I'll keep my camera off so as to make you dizzy.
Okay. Late lunch? What time do you usually eat lunch?
I've been, it's a function of when I have breakfast, and my breakfast has been getting later and later. I think with my metabolism slowing down, I've sort of slid into intermittent fasting by accident.
Well, that's good.
I didn't mean to do anything healthy. It just happened.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so I frequently don't have breakfast much before 10, and then it takes me a while before I'm hungry for lunch.
Yeah, I've definitely turned into, like, I used to be like, had to have breakfast very early in the morning, and now it's like 9:30 or 10 where I'm like, maybe I'm just having lunch today. Maybe I don't need that breakfast.
Yeah, I frequently do brunch. Just like have like an 11 Z's, that are like eggs and vegetables, and then I don't really need anything until dinner except for like a little snack.
Yeah.
Oh, the joys of getting older.
Yeah.
Woo, woo.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty entertaining, all things considered.
Well, I've had a really hard day, and I don't even know whether to talk about it or not. It's been that shitty.
Oh man, so sorry.
I know.
Well, you can try my recipe. We've done this, right? So you go whinge, and we go moan, moan.
Yeah, it's more serious than that, because it's my boss did something to undermine me, and I found out yesterday.
Oh fuck.
And I was stunned, because I know my boss respects me, and he takes advantage of me. Like my competency and my, basically being the person on his team who delivers, so that he undermined me, like kept me up last night. And I asked to meet with him immediately. And so he gave me his, 7:30 a.m. slots. So of course I was up at like 6 writing my talking points. And then I knew he was going to mansplain me. So I sent him my talking points that were very direct. I said, here's my talking points for myself, and I want you to read them, and I'm going to say them to you, and I would like an apology from you. So I emailed that to him at like 2 minutes before the meeting, and he still did try to kind of mansplain me in terms of like explaining why, explaining that it wasn't his intention, and he didn't mean to undermine me, and he did not apologize to me, even though I asked him in the email. I don't know, maybe he didn't read the email. Maybe I should have said I need an apology. He knew I was upset though. And I did like the wobbly, like almost crying thing. Like I definitely had that wobbly
because
voice.
It's fucking upsetting when you get undermined by somebody you trust.
Yeah.
That's an accepted response.
Yeah.
Among at least 50% of humanity.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Astrid.
I was like, wait, you did me harm, and it's fucking upsetting.
Yeah.
And it's going to push my buttons. And some of those buttons are connected to my tear ducts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, don't you dare apologize for that. Or,
Yeah.
Don't mansplain yourself. That's the worst.
Well, I think it just, it makes you feel like you're more vulnerable than you want to. Like I was fucking pissed off, and that was I didn't realize I was going to be emotional because I was so angry writing this, and then I was like, that motherfucker's going to mansplain me, so god damn it, I'm sending this to him. And then when I got on the line, I realized how emotional I was. I was angry going into the call, but then as I started to talk through it, how hurtful it is to be undermined. Well,
Yeah.
now I'm tearing up
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, because it's upsetting. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And so many men, and especially in positions of power, don't understand the difference between intent and impact. Right? You may not
Yeah.
have intended to do you harm or to undermine you,
Right.
but that was the impact of his actions.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and also the apology is often, I'm sorry you feel that way. Not,
Yeah.
not, not, I'm
Not,
sorry, my
I
action, I'm
impacted you
sorry,
this way.
my actions had that impact.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. Man.
Men can be real assholes.
Yeah. And again, like I mean, I feel a bit like I'm an enabler because I definitely help this person succeed. Like I'm constantly like, for him to go to meetings, I like read all the pre-reads and give him talking points
Oh, for fuck's sake.
all the time. Like almost every day I do that. That's a big part of my job.
It says in your job description you're required to spoon feed this guy.
Well, it's it does not say precisely that in my job description. I guess the way Save the Children is structured, it feels like it's getting more and more hierarchical over time, where like my boss is probably in, easily 5, 6, 7 meetings today where he's, supposed to be reading pre-reads and weighing in on stuff. And instead of the system delegating that to people like me, right, who actually know what the fuck I'm talking about, it has, and it's him. I mean, he's enabling in it that he's not delegating it, but it's not, nobody's delegating it. It's kind of like the organizational culture. So it's not just me that's doing that, but as it happens, Astrid, the people who help the bosses succeed are all women. And
No shit.
the two bosses are both white men,
No shit. Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Color me
Yeah.
surprised.
Right. With probably, easily $100,000 a year difference in our salaries.
Sounds like you should be in his position.
No shit.
Yeah. Always the deputy, never the director.
Yeah.
I've been a loyal deputy my entire career, basically. And, there's been times when that's been appropriate. And there's been times when like when I was in Indonesia, I was happy being a deputy to an Indonesian, country office director and helping her succeed.
You said her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you're supporting local leadership,
Absolutely. That's the place.
That's on point, like for
Yeah.
a humanitarian organization,
Yeah.
to not be the white expat who parachutes into all the plum positions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I'm sorry that's happening to you.
Yeah.
That is not a good feeling.
Yeah. I'm interested to see. I mean, he knows he needs me. I mean, everybody knows he needs me.
Do you think he's just going to wait for it to blow over? Or do you think he's going to
I don't
say
know what
something?
he's going to do. I think I'm kind of interested to see what he's going to do. This is definitely the kind of the most angry I've been directly at him. Like he knows I've been disgruntled. I mean, some of what he said to me is like, well, one, he said, I'll fix it. He didn't say, I'm sorry. He said, I'll fix it, which I was like, I don't know. I don't need, I don't need that you need to come in and rush and fix it. Like you need to give me the authority to fix it.
Mm.
And then 2, like I'm as miserable as you are with this place, was like, well, you're the fucking boss. So
Make them less miserable.
yeah.
It's your job to fix it, boss person. Wow,
Boss person. Yeah.
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I try not to think about this too often, but I was on the recruitment team for his position. And he was my last choice. Like I just had a bad feeling about this guy. Like he was arrogant. He's
you were
coming to
right.
us from the Ford Foundation. He's a lawyer. He's just like he's not the guy that we need to like fix, like that gets his hands dirty and fixes things. And of course, our CEO and COO, they put you on the recruitment committee, but then they make a decision. And, he's a charmer and he manages up. So our CEO and COO chose him. Then I felt like I was kind of out on a limb because I'd already said I don't like him. Like he literally out of, I think 4 or 5 candidates, he was my last choice. Like, oh, definitely not that guy. And I was like, I was a little stunned. I was like, wait, like you guys like that guy?
Wow.
And we built an okay working relationship. I don't always dislike him, but he's not going to be somebody in my professional world after I leave Save the Children for sure.
How long has he been?
Department?
Yeah.
He's been with us for 3 years, and I guess the good news is that he tends to move every 4 or 5 years, but I don't know. I mean, maybe the better news is that I should just get the fuck out of here. I haven't stayed in a position more than 7 years in my career, and I'm at 5 right now. So
yeah,
I mean, did say that.
What's that, sorry, Dana?
Earlier, I seem to remember you saying something similar to that. And
yeah, like I need to get out.
Yeah, your parachute needs to be packed and ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 6 or 7 months ago, and then I got into a career group, and then you kind of realize that starting over in my sector is a lot of work. So it's kind of like the devil you know versus the devil you don't. And so then it becomes more like, well, do I want to really change sectors? And so the part of this move to DC was kind of like, what am I passionate about? Local activism. Is there a space for me more full time? Does that turn into a job, or do you try to kind of manage your job and do your passion? So that's kind of why I landed with staying. But
well, my mind, of course, immediately goes to solutions. I don't know if you want to hear any practical suggestions.
Yes, of course I do.
I mean, you're doing a lot of emotional labor right now processing this thing. And
absolutely,
by the way, explaining that idiot's behavior. If you're going to do some work, might as well do the work for yourself. And if I were in your situation, I would write an email basically summarizing your conversation and saying, hey, Joe, this is what I heard you say. Is that correct? You said you were going to fix it. I asked you for an apology, but you said you're going to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And you said this, I heard whatever, right? And just sort of like as a memo to yourself, but just saying like, hey, thanks for the conversation, right? Like, here's what we discussed. Here's what I heard. And then you have your first email, and then you have the second email. You give an opportunity to respond. And then you send the whole thing to your HR people and say, I just want to put this on file. I'm not trying to do this guy in. I'm just reflecting. Maybe you write a memo around it. It's like, I'm just reflecting on my practice as a manager. And here is what happened to me from my manager. And I'm sitting with how this dovetails with the culture and the values of our organization. And, thinking about how you would have acted in his situation. Like if you and just, just share that reflection, just sort of like, here's what I'm thinking about.
I like that idea a lot. That's good, Astrid.
Okay, let me think about that.
Because you would never behave this way towards one of your direct reports.
No, and in fact, how he undermined me is basically one of the main, like in a nutshell, I think I've talked about it before. One of the main things that I'm managing right now is this huge organizational change where we're downsizing our headquarters staff and possibly moving people over to different management. in the global structure. And I've been, managing that. And I mean, talk about emotional labor. I get everybody's emotional labor on that, right? Like in fact, I was just in a meeting right before coming here with jam boards and everybody giving us our opinion. And then I like package it up and blah, 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 try to influence and get the best outcome and so on. How he undermined me was he told somebody else that my team, the people who report to me, 15 people, would be moved over starting January 1st. And he didn't tell me.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, it's just like astounding. I was stunned. And I found out because somebody who's just like periphery to the whole process wrote me an email about contracting one of my staff. And then I was like, what are you talking about? And, well, everybody's going to move on January 1st. And then I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So it was even like how he undermined me was even more shocking because it was on an issue. I don't know. The whole thing is he's explained why he thinks it was a miscommunication, but that's not a fucking miscommunication that you tell somebody.
That is an omission.
Yeah, it's an omission. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So of course that felt, I mean, it felt very personal to me because of course it's like, oh, well, anybody can manage your team, right? Like he has no idea what I do for that team.
This says volumes of, I mean, I always, he doesn't seem to have the respect for you that he maybe likes to pretend that he does, because that's pretty uncool what he did. Right?
I mean, that's basically what I said. I mean, that's what I said in my talking points. I was like, this feels disrespectful because of, A, B, C, D. Like, do you even know what I fucking do? Two, like, I'm good at what I do. Like, I'm good at what I do, and I don't think anybody else can do it better. And then, X, Y, and Z. But it felt, and it was very personal.
Wow.
So
yeah. Office
anyway.
politics are the worst. Yeah, but you got to backstop it somehow, right? Yeah, you don't want his to be the last word on it.
Yeah, that's what
I mean, he's already, he's like, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. And, already, within 2-3 hours, like, oh, I called so-and-so and I backed off of it. And, I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. So I think it was a stupid decision to begin with and not feasible. And now he's kind of backed off of it. So, I do think he wasn't being like Machiavellian. I think he's actually just like doesn't have much attention to detail, and it just is like doesn't understand how difficult some of this shit is and just wasn't thinking about it.
How do people like that get into the positions they're in?
I know.
Really
because they're fucking charmers. That's why.
Oh my God. But if he doesn't know what the fuck you're doing, how can he supervise you?
Yeah.
How can you?
He has a very competent staff who knows how to do a job, so I don't create any problems for him.
I want me one of those, somebody who reads all the shit that I need to read. Can I have one?
Yeah.
I do like the idea of him not having the last word on it. I just feel like this is not the end of this. I just have a feeling that there's something else that's coming.
Yeah.
Protect yourself.
Yeah. Definitely protect yourself.
I don't know. I mean, I've said before, like, it almost feels like it would be a blessing to get fired. Like,
no, but it wouldn't. I mean, maybe it would, right? But how do you want to get fired, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna design your own exit, there are different ways to get fired or get asked to resign that give you more autonomy over your next adventure.
That's another reason I like the idea of documenting what just happened to you.
I mean, I like that idea too. And because of office politics, he's got the underperforming HR guy in his pocket. And
Aren't there?
so,
I mean, I thought all of HR was women. Where's the woman in HR when you need her?
yeah, I mean, I've never had a good relationship with HR teams.
No, they're the assholes of.
But
you know what? You can ask to have them. You can just say, you just write it for yourself and say, please put this into my personnel file.
yeah, I have done that once before where we were in a situation where I wasn't so much singled out, but a number of us were kind of in trouble, and he lost his temper and he brought HR in with him. You know, we show up at this meeting, we basically crossed him. There was like 3 of us, all of us women, we all crossed him. He was angry. He wanted to get mad at us. So he brought HR in with him and like yelled at us basically. And so I did call him on that. I was like, that was not cool. Like in our individual meeting, I was like, what the hell? You don't call staff in, bring HR as your bad cop and yell at us. Like that doesn't work for me. And he of course didn't apologize, but I was able to at least say that to him. And I did, in that case, I put a note to my file.
That's what I would do again, because then you have a pattern, like two data points or make a straight line, right?
Yeah. It does. It is a pattern. And I mean, it's probably going to repeat that pattern again.
Yeah.
And what's the worst that can happen, right? So you're writing a confidential note to yourself in your own file. What's the HR guy going to do? Leak it to him? Well, that's just going to undermine the HR guy. Going to say, oh, you know, Laurel is writing notes about you to herself.
Mm.
Yeah, he should be concerned about that if he acts like a total idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he'll understand it because he's a lawyer. You're creating a record.
Oh, yes. We like that.
Enough said. It's like, he's a fucking lawyer. You'll understand that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, okay, thanks, you're fixing it. And over here, I'm just keeping a record.
Right.
It's really just for both our protection, Joe. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be something else if you decided that you were gonna save the children in a bad position because of him. You know, he's gonna cross somebody at some point in his career, and it's not gonna end well for him.
Yeah, I mean, the agency it protects the agency first.
Yeah.
Right. And I think, you know, the winds can blow either way on who, you know, on this kind of thing. So
yeah.
It's true though. I mean, the face of a company or a corporation or institution is really, really important. You know, if he doesn't seem like maybe the right fit for a group called Save the Children.
He seems to be an okay fit for our CEO. Again, he manages up. He manages up. He manages up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what guys like that have learned, right?
Yep.
That's what they learn.
Yep.
Really well.
Manage up.
Yeah, suck up and kick down.
That's
Play
right.
Golf, buy some expensive scotch.
Yeah. Ugh, yuck.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for the advice. I guess we're going to have to hear about Dana's camping tomorrow. That actually helps me feel calmer, saying it all out loud. Thank you.
Like we keep punting on the
the camping.
camping.
It was important that you got to air this thing out though. You have to work through things like that, I think.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm glad I said something. I have to copy my July 28th loving kindness. Just a second. Oh.
Yeah, good glasses.
I got a very nice little text from Kate this morning of her breakfast, which was some spinach and a little fried egg and the chili paste, Astrid.
Oh my God, I meant to say this to you. The chili paste is so awesome.
It's so good, yeah.
Oh my God, it's so good. I had some the other day with just a dollop of that, a dollop of miso paste, some chicken breast that I had lying around, some spinach and some spring onions, and it was just so freaking delicious.
It is so good.
It is so good. Didn't even need chicken stock. I was just like, just hot water, just add hot water.
I know, yeah. You even without the miso, it can be in a pinch. Even without miso, it can be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
And it'll keep a couple of weeks in the fridge, right?
Oh, I've kept it even longer. I mean, it's got fish paste in it. So you're like,
Oh, yeah.
that does it go? How quick does it go bad? But I haven't. I mean, we tend to eat it pretty quick. Like it doesn't last that long in our house. But yeah, it's lasted more than a couple weeks for sure.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Just 1 second.
By the way, I will miss Friday because I'm going backpacking with a friend. I think I may have already advertised
Yeah, you
that.
did mention that. Yeah.
Very excited about it.
Will you be around on Friday, Dana?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll let you know if,
yeah, maybe do let me know, because I think Rosaline is still
she's still stuck in the store.
She's still stuck in the store, even more so because her mom got frozen shoulder.
Oh, shit.
Kate seemed to know all about frozen shoulder. So she's like, she's not, well, I'm sure she's taking advantage of Rosaline being home to rest, right? She'd probably just be like powering through if Rosaline wasn't there. So Rosaline's working even more in the store, and I think she's there. I don't know, what did she say? Like August 8th, maybe?
Something like that.
Wow.
And then
Okay.
Dawn and Chris are gone. And Mary also said that she wasn't going to be around that much. So, well, she's in Virginia, right?
Yeah. Is she there now? Yeah.
She must be. Okay. Well, I got tickets to Dave Chappelle on Friday night. The
Yes.
comedian.
God,
I know. Do you love that guy?
I
love him.
Adore him.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
See, I don't really know his stuff that much. And what I know about him is that he can be kind of problematic, right?
Oh, very. He's brutal.
Yes, he's foul-mouthed and definitely politically incorrect on some points. But I mean, he makes fun of everybody, equal opportunity, for sure.
Yeah. So a friend of mine had an extra ticket, and it's at a smallish venue, like
That'll
one
be
of the
good.
smaller ones in DC. So anyway, that's what I'm doing on Friday night.
If he's on tour or if he's trying out new material.
I think he's on tour, but it's, it's not, you can't have stuff in a big venue right now. So I think it's going to, maybe he is trying out new material. I don't know.
But
this was one of these things where somebody said like, hey, I've got an extra ticket. You want to go? And I was like, yes. Like, I was like, I don't even, but like any comedian, any comic stand-up stuff, I tend to love. So
yeah.
Astrid, do you remember years ago when he showed up in Portland at Pioneer Square with a tiny little amp and a microphone, and word got out on social media and he was mobbed with people.
Really?
Yeah, he does stuff like that. He'll just
do you think I was wondering, because the tickets just went on sale on like Monday. So it must be that, it wasn't
probably
like
something really impromptu like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so my friend like snagged tickets. She was like, I just got 3.
They sold out already.
Yeah. Oh, they sold out within minutes.
Yeah.
And
oh God,
got 3, and I had gotten
so
tickets
hard
and given her one to Lizzo. So she was like, you get first dibs because you got me the Lizzo tickets.
Nice.
Want to come?
That's a good deal. That's a good trade.
Yeah. So anyways, do you think I should listen to his stuff before we go, or should I just go in there blind?
I'd go in blind because he's going to take on everything that's been going on through the lens of this ridiculously sharp-witted Black comedian. I mean, he's just like off the charts funny and off the charts biting in his social commentary.
Yeah, smoking on his vapor pen the whole time on stage. Puffing
Yeah,
away.
yeah. He's going to just eviscerate everybody.
Yes.
Okay, I can't wait.
Yeah, no, some of it will make you cringe because you're white. Then other things will make you cringe because there are black people in the audience. It's like, it's gonna be awesome.
I don't usually cringe on the race stuff so much. I can definitely be okay on that, but the
Well,
sexist
his
stuff,
wife
the
is,
sexist stuff will get me. Like
his
some of
wife
that
is
stuff will fall
Filipino,
flat.
right?
His wife is
think
Filipino?
I think she's Filipino. I know that she's of South Asian descent, but he
That's
cracks funny ass fucking jokes about his wife. She keeps him in line. She is the boss of everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got there's an underlying sort of self-deprecation going on there. That's actually, I find that endearing. Like, it really comes through.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm even more excited. When I said yes, I was like, I guess it's going to be good. I don't know. But
Oh,
my
it'll be
friend
good.
was so excited about it. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But his early stuff was when he was first on TV. It was so brilliant when he was doing Prince and Rick James impressions.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Yes. Yes.
How have I missed this guy?
How have you missed this guy?
Honestly,
there
because
were a
I
few years when
do
he just
watch
dropped off.
stand up. Yeah,
He did drop off the face of the earth. So you could have just missed him because,
because I was in Indonesia when he was big, and then when I got back, he was
Yeah.
gone, and now he's coming back somehow, or I don't
Yeah.
know. I knew there was like some controversy around him.
Yeah,
but-
he's
He
been
got
making
famous really fast and then broke his contract with Comedy Central and ran off to South Africa. And he was like, oh my God, this shit's crazy. He was just a funny guy who got super, super famous really fast. Bless his heart. Yeah.
Well,
Bought a
it's
farm
even
in
more
Ohio.
exciting. I'm going to see him in this small venue, smallish venue, but
Oh,
okay.
that'll be
Well,
fun.
let's go. Astrid's got to
We'll
go.
record that.